Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. It's time for me to wade in on the Twitter debate. Elon Musk and Trent Reznor have had a little spat. There's been all sorts of handbags at dawn, or is it something much more serious than that? It's time for me to sing the theme tune and then discover what's afoot. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Right, first thing I'm going to do is mute the guitar channel because it seems to be buzzing a lot. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. I'm not an electrician. All right, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not an electrician. Anyway, so Elon Musk versus Trent Reznor. I'm going to watch this little news article from Loudwire and discuss Twitter and what this means for all of us. Loudwire News!
Elon Musk is using his position as the new owner of Twitter to roast Nine Inch Nails' Trent Reznor.
Roast! Oh, I do love a roast. Oh, the cruelty and being mean to each other. That's my favourite kind of humour.
After Reznor spoke out about his plans to depart Twitter, along with the arrogance of the billionaire class, Musk called the musician a crybaby.
Sick burn, man.
Musk recently posted a poll asking if former President Donald Trump's Twitter account should be reinstated.
15 million people voted on this, whether or not to reinstate the former President Donald Trump.
The yes votes overcame the no votes, leading to Trump being reinstated.
And it was by a landslide as well, 51% of a total 100%. So just over half agreed that he should be reinstated. The other lot, for some reason, thought it might be a dangerous moment. It's very difficult for me to offer an opinion either way because I couldn't care less about whether Donald Trump's on Twitter or not. Mainly because we always have the option to step out, as Trent Reznor has demonstrated there.
I'm about to depart, Reznor told The Hollywood Reporter about his plans for his Twitter usage. We don't need the arrogance of the billionaire class to feel like they can just come in and solve everything. Even without him involved, I just find that it has become such a toxic environment. For my mental health, I need to tune out. I don't feel good being there anymore. Earlier today, a Twitter account posted...
A Twitter account called Cat Turd, no less, with a blue tick.
48 hours since Elon Musk reinstated President Trump's Twitter account, and the world still hasn't ended. In response, Musk tweeted, and it turns out that Trent Nine Inch Nails Reznor is actually a crybaby.
It's really interesting to say that, isn't it? Because I think Trent is explicitly... Sorry, I'm calling him Trent. First name terms. Trent Reznor has explicitly suggested that it's impacting his mental health, and men's mental health is such a prominent and important subject now, isn't it? And then Elon Musk has just called him a crybaby, which is just... it's incredible.
Musk recently made headlines by wearing a bizarre satanic suit of armor at the red carpet for Heidi Klum's Halloween party. Okay, so
Elon Musk has worn a Halloween costume that has made it so that he can be in the headlines. I mean, to me, it just looks like a red suit of armor that you might use to go paintballing in if you lived in the 1500s and did paintballing. But it's kind of painted like a red beetle thing, and it's got a satanic ram on the front. It's a Halloween costume, Jim, but not as we know it. And my Halloween costume one year was that shark, you know, the shark attack costume where it looks like you're being eaten by a great white shark. And then I put like a captain's hat on and a nice grey wig with a side parting, and I told people that it was me as the captain of the USS Indianapolis, which Robert Shaw, Quint from Jaws, is talking about. You know, the one that sank when they were delivering the atomic bombs, and then all the passengers got eaten by sharks. And some people got offended by that. I mean, just not enough time has passed. But I think 700 years since a satanic army of billionaires roamed the earth, that is enough time, evidently. But it still gets you in the news. Good for you, Elon. Well read. Trent has a sizable 1.6 million following, even if he doesn't tweet all that much. Nonetheless, he's ready to turn his back on it and say goodbye for good. I think as soon as he does that, somebody's going to buy a blue tick and an account that seems to be Trent Reznor. Even without him involved, I find it has become such a toxic environment. For my mental health, I need to tune out. I don't feel good being there anymore. I do kind of understand that. I feel like the character limitations of the humble tweet doesn't allow nuanced discussion on any subject, really, and most things just end up being a bit of a shouty spat. One of the things I love to do is watch television personalities who are also cyclists filming bad drivers in London who are just unbelievably bad drivers, indefensibly bad drivers, and then just watching the other bad drivers of the world plough in and blame the cyclists themselves. It's fucking mental. I mean, just really dangerous stuff. And to me, it's just like the thing that I think is impactful on the mental health is just realizing how many real fucking assholes there are in the world. There's a lot of them. There really are. It might surprise you. If you ever needed reminding, just have a little look on Twitter. Last month, Musk completed his takeover of Twitter, Inc., and became the platform's new owner. He immediately fired numerous top executives at the company. Welcome to Twitter. And has spent the week since wrestling with a paid verification system, banning people for impersonating him and seeing a spike in hate speech on the platform. I heard, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but I did somebody tell me once that because of the way Twitter's going, it's also sort of impacted the shares of Tesla and some of his other endeavours. I think it's dangerous stuff buying into like an established or acquiring an established social media platform. Do you remember when I nearly said Jason Donovan? No, Justin Timberlake bought MySpace, or at least most of it, and then just nobody used it anymore. I don't understand why that happened really. But it seems to be a phenomenon that's occurring. Earlier this week, Elon, and also platforms come and go. What happened to Bebo? Remember Bebo? That was the one where people were the rudest. It was just like, had all the qualities of a MySpace, except manners. And people were just awful on there. Earlier this week, and etiquette as well. I mean, God, they were just like, what effect does Twitter and social platforms have on musicians and artists, their state of mind and creativity? Is it detrimental or useful? I think endlessly scrolling through spats, roasts, misinformation. I think social platforms, you know, some of them are suitable for actually posting bits of art. You know, when I say art, I mean videos and songs and so on. They can be used in a really creative way. I think Twitter is probably the one that applies to the least, really. It's more, you'd be able to forward people away from it, but they never used to encourage you to do that. They used to sort of disguise the links, didn't they? We've sort of just turned into some letters and stuff so that you couldn't just type it in yourself. You had to go via Twitter, and all the traffic was, you know, it was important for Twitter that the traffic was, you know, at least they were a conduit to the creative stuff. And ideally, you'd just stay there and talk about stuff that's making you angry. If you spend all your time looking at it, I suppose you do. You just go a bit mad, don't you? It's an addiction like anything else, and sometimes it's important to abstain from those things. In fact, that might be the only way to actually cope with it. But if you can handle it and it doesn't make you crazy, then I think it's just a little bit of a distraction. You know, you just look at it and go, "Huh, that's funny. That guy just crashed into the cyclist, and people are defending the driver." It's fucking mad. But you know, I'm not sure if you can really think of Twitter as a tool unless you're trying to become the president of the United States of America. Then it can be really, really effective because you can make, you know, utter a salacious tidbit or two, and then everyone goes, "Oh yeah, brilliant, that's how I feel." Should these roasts and feuds be taken as fun and light-hearted like the rock star feuds of the 90s? Well, if it's two rock stars, then yes, absolutely, that's all you should ever take it as. It's just supposed to be just stoking up the fires of fandom, really, and just inciting an amusing bickering match, handbags at dawn, that sort of thing. It's just fun. But I think when it's billionaires sneering at musicians and then musicians expressing fragility, mental health fragility, I don't know. It's just a bit sour. Just leaves a bit of a bad taste in the mouth. I think everything is a bit more serious now. The stakes are higher. You can use these platforms to affect real change if you're prepared to tamper with the what was that company called again? The Oxford Analytics. You can do a lot of stuff on Twitter that's not just nefarious, but you can disrupt the world if you know what you're doing. Personally, I took a bit of time off Twitter because I just found myself wading into arguments about politicians, and why should I care? The thing about politicians is, and I say this with love and respect, they're not our best people. The best people are doing stuff like hedge fund managing, or the geniuses are doing music or making movies. And I always feel like Twitter is it's an endless source of frustration for me. You just look at it and you go, oh. You laugh at first, and after a while you realise, oh my God, I'm surrounded on this earth by fucking morons. No, I don't think that at all. No, I just it can be a bit frustrating when you see the way these arguments play out. When I first glance at it, it makes me laugh. When I read through the comments, it makes me despair. So I spend a limited amount of time on Twitter, and that's how I recommend most people do it, because it can definitely affect you. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and please use this comment section here to let me know how you feel about Twitter, how it affects you, how you use it, what you think about this Elon Musk versus Trent Reznor thing, and basically to say hello and be nice to each other, because, just because everyone else is being mean doesn't mean we have to, does it? Costs nothing, and it's just a nice way to live. Cheers, guys. See you on the ice.